Off day, everybody. I'm Sabrina Salas Matinani. Welcome to our Health, Home, and Lifestyle edition of KUAM News Extra. In Health Check tonight, today is Diabetes Alert Day. And earlier, a presentation was hosted by the Guam Diabetes Control Coalition.
Health Check is presented by Island Cancer Center.
Governor Lulian Guerrero, who is also a registered nurse, started today's presentation for the Guam Diabetes Control Coalition by delivering the concerning numbers about diabetes on Guam.
Data shows that nearly 12% of all adults in Guam have diabetes, and this is very alarming. And when you break it down to ethnic groups, 16.2% of those are Chamorro descent, and I think that's an alarming number also. Of course, we all know diabetes is a very common disease and one that most people know about, but perhaps not everyone knows how difficult it can be to manage and just how much it affects the quality of life on our island. Diabetes, as we all know, cause major problems like being blind, kidney failure, heart attack, stroke, lower limb amputation, and other ailments. And the tragedy about all this is, as we all know, diabetes can be prevented. A healthy diet, physical activity, avoiding tobacco, these actions can delay or even prevent type 2 diabetes.
Today's virtual conference was in line with the American Diabetes Association designation of every fourth Tuesday in March as Diabetes Alert Day. It's a day to bring a wake-up call to everyone and bring attention and focus on the seriousness of diabetes and the importance of understanding one's risk. Guam Territorial Epidemiologist Dr. Ann Pobutsky was the keynote speaker. She presented some of the statistics on diabetes and its connection to COVID.
We noticed back in the fall during the surge when we started to see a lot of deaths and we were able to analyze the data. This is when we really saw that diabetes, a lot of people with diabetes were dying of COVID. And so this analysis presenting here, this is just a short analysis. We have looked at everything from March 12th to the end of February. During that time period, there were 7,739 cases and 133 deaths for which we have complete information. I do not have the death certificate for one. And I also have not included anything from March. So the vast majority of COVID cases were among those under age 45. The opposite is true of COVID-related deaths, where 88% of the cases were among those older than 45 years. And 3/4 of the COVID-related deaths were among those aged 55 years and above. I only say that to point out that diabetes is more common as we age. We've seen a consistent pattern over the past 6 months in diabetes death. The proportion of people who have died, who have also have a diagnosis of diabetes, is continuing to be approximately half. Sometimes it's 48%, sometimes it's 52%, but it's been a consistent pattern for the past 6 months. So we know that people with diabetes are definitely at risk.
Today's virtual conference is just one of the many events the coalition hosts to further its mission of educating the community on how to lower its risks for diabetes and to promote a healthy lifestyle. According to the Lieutenant Governor, some of the initiatives the administration has been working on are the expansion of aquaculture and agricultural industries.
The other thing that we're looking at focusing on children's nutrition with the Guam Department of Education and aligning and establishing a school healthcare initiative where we intend to work together closely with the Guam Department of Education and their school health counselors, and the work trying to identify families that are high risk, families that are underutilizing healthcare or don't have access to healthcare, and try and bring them in through the community health centers, and hopefully to benefit from a bunch of the programming that public health is developing in partnership with this organization and with the coalition. of nonprofits, individuals, and businesses that are committed to reducing diabetes on Guam.
You can watch today's virtual conference hosted by the Guam Diabetes Control Coalition in its entirety on our YouTube channel.
Stay tuned, Claire's up next.